Welcome to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. You can send questions for each show on Twitter using the hashtag IndieBeacon. Now sit back and enjoy learning about our guest for this show.
Welcome to today's show. This is your host, Beyond Bourgeois, and I have with me a chicken. And as everybody can see there, that is Nick Paldino. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Well,
Thank you for having me. It's great to be here.
Oh, it's a pleasure, especially when someone's wearing an outfit. I just gotta give you credit for that. So let's
thank you very much.
Talking about that, why a chicken outfit? What's that all about?
Well, to quote Don Lockwood, dignity, always dignity.
Dignity. How?
So the chicken suit is, I am dressed like the protagonist from my book, Chicken Monkey to the Rescue, which is a story about a monkey that dresses like a chicken and fights crime.
Okay. Now, I did not realize there was a monkey inside that as well. So that's cool. Okay. And he fights crime. Now, how did a monkey decide to dress as a chicken?
So that's actually, we don't really get into the origin of Chicken Monkey in the story. This story here, the Chicken Monkey is already established. So he dresses up as a chicken to help solve mysteries. I promise there will be a prequel in the works. We delve into the origin of Chicken Monkey and why the chicken suit.
And I was just going to say, there's a story there that needs to be told. So I'm glad you're going to. So these are children's books, correct?
Yes, sir.
And why children's books?
Well, I got into writing children's books because I have children of my own. It started with when my wife was pregnant with my son, Luca, and Luca turns 5 next month. I was actually in music school at the time, and I decided to write him a lullaby. So when my wife was pregnant with our daughter, after she'd had our daughter, I wanted to do something for her as well. So I decided that I was going to write a story that was a birthday gift for my daughter. And I showed the story to a couple of friends, some of which were English teachers, just to see if I had any grammatical errors or anything just kind of glaring about it. It was only supposed to be a personal gift, and I was encouraged to do something more with it. So I decided to go ahead and try to publish it and share it with more people.
Now, you wrote it.
I did.
But am I correct in understanding that your brother Michael had something to do with it? Yes.
My brother Michael is the primary illustrator. As soon as I started on the manuscript, I gave him a call and asked him if he could draw a picture of a monkey in a chicken suit for me. And he came up with something right away, which was the first time I got a chance to really see what my vision was. And my brother is a fantastic graphic artist and really has a knack for these very lovable cartoon characters. And so he was the perfect fit for being the illustrator for Chicken Monkey.
Now, you apparently come from a family that's involved in the creative side, because not only were you part of a band, but you were also a ballet dancer. Is that correct?
Both of which are correct. Yes, actually. I didn't start off thinking I was going to be writing children's books. My degree from SMU, Southern Methodist University, was in dance performance. And I actually sustained a knee injury, which made me hang up my ballet shoes, and I couldn't give up performing. Like, I loved being on stage too much to step away from it entirely. So I wound up learning how to play music, learning how to sing and play a couple of instruments, and I could not give up being on the stage.
Okay. And so that actually then brings us to the costume, because obviously you do readings and stuff.
Yes, actually. So I've had the opportunity to read my story at my own children's preschool, and actually one of the things that I'm proudest of is I had the opportunity to read Chicken Monkey at the Children's Medical Center in Dallas, Texas. They actually have a fantastic facility there, and you've got a lot of children that aren't well enough to come see you in person. So they've got in the bottom floor a TV studio. So I was able to do a recording that was broadcast to all the rooms from the TV studio. Nice. We even made some these big plywood cutouts, and a dear friend of mine, her name's Velvet, painted Chicken Monkey on the cutouts, so any of the kids, if they wanted to, they could come down and get their picture taken behind the cutouts dressed as Chicken Monkey.
Nice. Were you able to use the video again for other programs?
I haven't used it yet, but I do have a copy of the reading.
Great. And do you go to book festivals dressed that way, or?
I have not been to my first book festival yet. I am very much looking forward to going to some book festivals.
Great, great. All right, so we mentioned earlier that Michael, your brother, was the illustrator, and that you are very creative in your own aspect. Are there other family members that are creative as well?
You know, growing up, me and all of my siblings, we were in dance lessons. We were all in dance lessons together. That's actually how I got started. My mom was taking dance lessons when I was 2 and my older brother was 3. And she decided to put us both in dance classes so that we would be more social. And my sister, when she was 18 months old, started taking dance lessons as well. What had happened was throughout the years, my brothers and sister wound up getting various other interests in the performing arts, kind of went by the wayside. It was natural for me. I really took to it, and so I decided to keep going with it, but we had all started in performing arts.
Nice. Congrats on your mother keeping you creative in that respect.
Yeah, thank you, Mom.
So let's get right into the story. This
Sure.
is a story about a monkey who dresses up as a chicken, and it is called Chicken Monkey to the Rescue. And it is about a farmer, Willie, who has some mysterious things happen. So tell us about it.
So I don't want to give it all away too much. I would like you to encourage to read the book. There's a little bit of a surprise ending at the end, so I don't want to give too much of it away, but the premise of the story is Willie wakes up one morning to find that his milk, eggs, and wheat have all been stolen, and he calls on Chicken Monkey to help him find who has taken all these things from his farm. And Chicken Monkey, with the help of his sidekick, a reluctant zebra named Kevin, go to Willie's farm and solve the mystery of the barnyard burglaries.
It sounded like somebody was hungry and wanted to make a cake or something.
There could very much be that.
Well, we definitely don't want to give it away, so we'll see. Now, you said there's a surprise at the end, so does this mean that there's going to be another story?
Yes. Actually, I do have a couple more projects in the works. I would love to do a sequel and a prequel to the Chicken Monkey story. I think every superhero needs a good origin story. So I'd like to do a few more of the Chicken Monkey stories. The first project actually is I'm trying to do a Spanish adaptation of the original book of Chicken Monkey to the Rescue. Which is, it's a little problematic for me in that I don't speak Spanish, so I'm having to outsource the translation, the adaptation to do so. But when I was at the Children's Hospital, they had mentioned to me what a shortage there are in books for children that English is not their first language. They have 2 libraries that are on site at the Children's Hospital, and some of the kids that are there, English isn't their first language. They speak Spanish. And so just having a need for more Spanish children's books.
Yeah, and a lot of children's hospitals end up with people from other countries coming in for special work and stuff. So I'm sure there's other languages that may be in need as well and stuff.
Yes,
So
and Children's Medical here in Dallas is one of the largest children's hospitals in the United States, and so there is always a need for that.
good. And out of curiosity, since you've got the writing bug, have you looked at doing other types of writings?
Really, I've only looked into children books so far. I can't say that in the future there won't be something else, but really the goal was to write some stories for my own children and just the ability to share them with other kids as well.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that you have a zebra as a cohort.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about the zebra.
So the zebra's name is Kevin. And Kevin is actually a little bit of an inside joke. When my wife was pregnant with our daughter, Isabella, and Isabella's name's also worked into the story as one of the hens. But when she was pregnant with Izzy, we were going to do a gender reveal at my wife's grandmother's birthday party. So we had this cake that was frosted and white, and when you cut into it, the color of the cake is the gender of the baby. So when Grandma cut into it, she saw the pink, she was very excited, and she asked what we were going to name her. And I said, I don't know, Kevin. And that joke just kind of stuck. For a little while, my wife's cousins would joke about baby Kevin, and it just kind of worked its way into the story. There's plenty of inside jokes in the story.
Okay, so taking the joke a little further, I've got to ask, is Kevin a male or female?
Kevin is male. Kevin is male.
I wanted to be clear on that one. So
Okay.
so you have the farmer, you have Kevin, you have Chicken Monkey. What is Chicken Monkey's name?
Chicken Monkey is Mortimer von Periwinkle the Fifth.
Chicken Monkey's a lot easier.
Yeah. Well, and that was one of the other reasons I wanted a name like Kevin. I thought the simplicity of Kevin juxtaposed against Mortimer von Periwinkle was funny.
Yes, and I've got to ask this one then, of course, how did you come up with that Mortimer name for the Chicken Monkey?
Chicken Monkey is a culmination of a lot of the superheroes and comic book characters and cartoons that I used to watch when I was a kid. And so, like his name, Mortimer von Periwinkle, was kind of my tribute to, there was an old cartoon called Super Chicken. And so that was my nod to Super Chicken.
Okay. And this is a perfect spot for us to stop and take a break and listen to our sponsors. We'll be right back.
What would you do if you found out everyone on the town council were thieves and murderers? That's what happened in Bandera, Texas in 1873. John Cruder was the marshal, yet he needed to operate outside the law in order to balance the scales of justice. He is the Midnight Marauder. You can find his books on Amazon.com and TopWesterns.com in paperback, digital, and audio. I'm Roy Clinton, and I hope you'll read The Midnight Marauder.
Indie Lector is a store for serious readers and indie authors. Find great talent at indielector.store and save money on books with their book club. A portion of the proceeds helps get books into schools and libraries in need. Find a great book to read by an indie author at indielector.store.
What started as a love letter to her son has become an international love letter for all parents to their children. Now you can read acclaimed author Shanalee Charbonneau's story to your children. When her son was very sick, she calmed him by singing her own song to him. She turned that song into the book, My Mama Loves Me, I'm Her Little Boy. She wrote 3 more magical books for all parents and kids 6 and under. Available at Indie Lector, Amazon.
And we are back. This is your host, Beyond Bourgeois, and I am talking with Nick Paldino, who has written a short, well, actually a good children's story. I want to say short story, but it's not short story.
It's really not, yeah.
It's called Chicken Monkey to the Rescue, and Chicken Monkey is actually just that, a monkey dressed as a chicken.
Yes.
And as you can see by looking at Nick, he is dressed as the chicken. He loves to go around and do readings and stuff. What other things do you do other than read your book? Do you have activities that you've created from the book or anything of that nature?
No activities yet. More of what I've done with the book is just to go around and to read. I've read at some preschools. I've read at an art studio here in Dallas, and reading at the Children's Medical Center. And so, no activities yet. I would like to get out there to some book fairs, talk to some people. It's always great to interact with the kids. They really respond well to the chicken suit. This is actually not the only chicken suit that I own, if you can believe that. Yeah. I actually have 2 chicken suits. I got this one. Actually, I got both of them off of Amazon, I guess where you get anything now. And so I went and got this one first from Amazon, and I did a couple readings, and it is surprisingly hot in here. And so I thought about getting a lighter weight chicken suit because, you need a winter chicken suit and a summer chicken suit. Every adult should have 2.
Yeah, at least.
And what I found wearing the lighter weight chicken suit was not that much lighter weight, really. And so because the kids tend to respond better to the bigger, fluffier one, I just go with this one.
Now, the cleaning bill on that must be atrocious.
I have not sent it in for cleaning yet, but I will get back to you with the what the bill is.
A lot of Febreze sprayed on you to help cut it down.
Hang it outside, air it out a little bit.
I can imagine. Have you thought of taking your book and putting it as a coloring book, or taking pages for coloring pages?
There's so many mediums for children's books, to do the board books or a coloring book or an activity book. And I really feel like Chicken Monkey and Chicken Monkey characters and the story lends itself very well to that. So I have not done that yet, but that's not something I wouldn't consider. I connect the dots, or connect Chicken Monkey to the ingredients that were taken from the farm, or something along those lines. It sounds like an activity book, coloring book, really lends itself well.
Yes, most definitely. I can see a lot of kids responding to that, especially afterwards. What about people asking, well, where can I buy a stuffed chicken or something?
To do plush toys or action figures or something like that. Again, the characters in the book are so vibrant and colorful, and kids really gravitate to that. To have some sort of merchandise when you're able to do that, not a bad idea. We have not made any Chicken Monkey dolls yet.
Money's the issue, right?
Isn't it always?
Yeah, especially when you've got a new book out.
Right.
So let's talk about the second book that you're working on. Can you tell us anything about it? Has it got new characters or farm animals, or what?
So the second book that I'm working on is it's a tribute to a very close friend of mine that I recently lost, and he was my roommate, and he was my bandmate, and we had done a lot of stuff together. And so I wanted to write a book as kind of a tribute and thank you to him. And so the main character for the book is actually a snake. And the story is titled Snakes Can't Play Drums.
I'm sorry, what is that? Snakes can't
play drums.
Can't play drums, okay.
My friend Scotty, his nickname was Snakebite, and he was a drummer for a lot of bands in the local music scene.
Okay, that makes sense. All right, so it's great that you're honoring him. Are you also adding in other characters or other new characters?
Yes. So the Snakebite Scotty character is not actually affiliated with the Chicken Monkey characters. It's a separate idea.
Okay.
And so we have to give Scotty a friend and sidekick as well. He has some friends and family that are in there, as well as some other musicians for him to play with.
Okay, cool. So a whole new avenue of costumes to wear and things of that nature.
Yes.
Wonderful. And then, of course, you're going to do the prequel that you mentioned.
Yes.
Chicken Monkey, and explain why he wears the outfit and all that fun stuff.
Yes.
Okay. Are there any other stories?
Every good superhero needs an origin story.
Definitely. Are there any other stories that you're working on?
So along with I think before I do a prequel or an origin story, I actually want to do a sequel, like take the Chicken Monkey characters that are already established and do something with them first, put them in another adventure. And so I've kind of started writing the sequel first, which the working title is Chicken Monkey, the Sequel.
Okay. Now, you mentioned that Kevin is an inside joke, and you talked about that in the first segment. But if I understood you correctly, your wife is also one of the characters? Your wife's name is used as one of the characters?
Actually, it's my daughter's real name is one of the characters. So one of the hens is named Isabella, and that's my daughter's name.
All right. Have you used other family members in your books?
So, and I'm sure other writers, especially with children books, they kind of do this where when you're writing some of the secondary and ancillary characters, you have to pull from your day-to-day as to character names. So the names of the cows in the Chicken Monkey book, when I was a freshman in college at Southern Methodist, I worked at a German restaurant, and the names of the cows are the names of the waitresses that I worked with at the German restaurant.
And I'm trusting that is not an indication of something?
No, not at all.
Okay. And have they had a chance to see the book?
I don't know that they have.
Road trip.
Yes.
Cool. So you've done a children's book. You were lucky enough to have a graphic artist who was a family member and did a great job for it.
Yes.
Do you have any words of encouragement for somebody who's thinking about doing a children's book?
So when I first started into it, I had a manuscript and I really didn't have a whole lot of direction. Like I found that it was really tough to start. Like you have some words on a page and you'll have some pictures, and it's tough to put those two ideas together and how to format that. I was very fortunate. One of my friends introduced me to his aunt, Miss Sherry Masonave, who is a published author and a member of Texas Authors as well. And Sherry was gracious enough to mentor me through the process. And it's tough getting started if you've never done it before. And so what I would say to young authors is reach out to someone that's established. Reach out to some people that have published works before, maybe along the same lines, same genre that you are. Talk to the people at the Texas Authors Association, but reach out to authors and have them help you develop those ideas. It's really easy to get stuck and not have direction.
Even in writing regular fiction books, it's always that way too. So no difference on that one. This is a perfect time for us to go ahead and take another break. We'll let our sponsors do their thing and we'll be right back.
I am Grace Allison Blair, an award-winning author, motivational speaker, and modern mystic. I have combined spiritual and psychological principles in my nonfiction self-help books under Grace Allison and fiction books under Grace Blair. Go to modernmysticmedia.com to find Do You Have a Dream? 5 Keys to Realize Your Dream, and my novel, Einstein's Compass, a YA time traveler adventure.
Love to read? Love to meet authors in person? Then check out bookfestival.network to find a book festival in your region of Texas. We are adding book festival events throughout the year, so sign up to get notices and even a coupon towards purchase of a Texas author's book. Sign up at bookfestival.network.
The War Has Ended, but the Memory Lingers On has been written by Helen Munday and Christian Gutling. A story of a Dutch secret agent under German occupation, highlighted drama, and then the British rescuing him and teaching him how to navigate the ferry swordfish airplane. This book can be purchased on Amazon and Barnes & Nobles, written by Helen Munday and Christian Gutling.
Welcome back to Indie Beacon Radio. Don't forget to like us, follow us, or subscribe to one of our many channels. Now, here is your host for today's show.
And welcome back. This is your host, Beyond Bourgeois, and we have Nick Paldino with us, who is the chicken. And he's dressed up as his favorite character, which is Chicken Monkey. And there's so much to unwind about that concept of
Yes.
monkey dressed as a chicken. So I can't wait to see the prequel to come out and better understand that. The most important thing I would like to address in this last episode of the show is, how can people find you, get a hold of you to have you come and do readings at schools or private parties or whatever?
Absolutely. So I do have a website. It's www.chicken-monkey.com, or you can get a hold of me. I am on the trifecta of social media, which is Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, all under my name, Nick Paldino.
Good. I was hoping you'd be on Instagram because you got to have those pictures with the kids picking outfits and stuff. So.
Yeah.
Out of curiosity, since we're talking about the outfit itself, have you thought about getting your wife to help with maybe dressing up as Kevin?
You know what? I have. When I did the reading at the Children's Hospital, I called her my Kevin, and I thought, man, we should have put you in a cow costume when you came down here. So I have not ruled out that possibility. If you're watching right now, sweetie, just something to take into consideration. I think you'd look great in a cow costume.
Not to say she doesn't look great anyways, but
Right.
yeah, we want to make sure we're clear on that because you don't want to have her angry at you.
Absolutely.
All right, so you've got the prequel that you're going to be working on. You've got the sequel you're going to do first. You have the snake story coming up. Snakes can't beat a drum. They can do a bongo, though. Their little tail.
Yeah.
And was there any other stories you were thinking of?
Those are the three that I'm focused on right now. The first project is to get the Spanish adaptation of Chicken Monkey out on the market. I'd like to get that done before year's end.
Great. And of course, then your books are available at all the favorite major bookstores.
Absolutely. You can find me on Amazon.com, BarnesandNoble.com. I am on the shelf of a couple of Barnes and Nobles here in the DFW area. So yeah, absolutely.
Wonderful. Well, I believe this is about it. I thank you very much for your time. We wish you the best of luck. And now you can take it off and cool off.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
Thank you for listening to Indie Beacon Radio, where creative souls can find help in marketing their creations. To learn more about Indie Beacon services, to be a guest on the show, or to advertise on our show, please visit our website at indiebeacon.com.